Ask the Messengers TV show is a TV show that educates, informs, and entertains our viewers on public health issues such as mental illness, suicide, addiction, illness and disease, COVID-19 relief, crime, domestic violence, homelessness, human trafficking, employment opportunities, healthcare, and more. And now, Ask the Messengers.
This is Tina Nelson for the Ask the Messengers TV show, and today on Ask the Messengers, we are on location at Life Remodeled. Our guests today are Christopher Lambert and Brandi Haggins. They are here to talk about the resources and what this beautiful program has to offer. But before we go to our guests, let's take a quick peek at what you will see and what programs and some of the fun and excitement that they have right behind these doors.
Welcome to the Durfee Innovation Society, or as we like to call it, the DIS. My name is Brandi Haggins, and I am the director of this gorgeous former school building, now turned opportunity hub, filled with amazing tenants that are providing essential opportunities to youth, children, and adults. Come on in and let me give you a tour. Allow me to show you into our beautiful auditorium. This room is not only used by the Detroit Youth Choir, who happens to be one of our amazing tenants, to hold weekly choir rehearsals, but it's also used for many other events, ranging from community events, school dances, and sports banquets for Durfee Elementary and Central High School students located right next door, to formal weddings and informal conferences. We also host community movie nights right here on this large screen. Let's go across the hall, where we've turned an old shower room into a laundry room used exclusively for students that need a place to wash their school clothes free of charge. It sits right outside of a work-study space for both students and tenants that need a quiet space to work and or read. We remain determined to find a use for this space that will benefit our youth. Therefore, we repurposed it into a room now called The Dive. The Dive is utilized for youth programs such as First Tee Golf, after-school tutoring, Lit Fridays, and many other programs that bring youth services over to the DIS. The Dive allows our students to step out of the box and dive into new opportunities. Now let me show you one of the coolest spaces in the city. Although the old boys' locker room is still called the locker room, it has been transformed into a full-blown arcade, fully equipped with 4 flat-screen TVs and Sony-donated PlayStations, a host of arcade games, air hockey, pool, and plenty more. It also has a concession stand that will serve popcorn, pizza slices, and nachos.
This is Tina Nelson, and we are here with Brandi Haggins and Chris Lambert of Life Remodeled. First of all, I want to tell you how exciting I am to be back in my alumni area. Thank you for doing what you do in this building, but thank you first of all for that. And let's start with you, Brandi. Let's find out who Brandi is and who she is and what she does for Life Remodeled. Is that a loaded question for you?
How much time you got for who I am? No, I'm kidding. So who I am is I'm Brandi Haggins. I'm a lifetime Detroiter, born and raised here. Brandi is no stranger to struggle. Grew up in Detroit neighborhoods, watched my mom struggle, had a dad who was addicted to drugs. And so I would say Brandi is a survivor. She's a conqueror. I've made it through.
So how important is it for you to be in the position that you are right here in the heart of a community that does struggle and thrive as well?
That is why it's so important. One thing that I don't forget is who I am and where I came from. And so that's why I'm so passionate about the work that I do, because it's something that I wish was around when I was younger, not just for me, but for my family as well. So if I can be a part of helping those families who need these services as I needed when I was a child, then I'm all for it.
So Chris, thank you again for inviting us, and thank you for being a guest on the show. Tell me how you came up with the idea, and what is your function besides, the boss, her boss, she's your boss, right?
I just am the lead custodian around here. And I try to follow her lead.
Team effort.
Teamwork makes the dream work. So
who's Chris?
Well, okay, who's Chris? I am a guy from a small town in northern Indiana, so small we didn't have a 4-way stoplight until I was in middle school. I am now a proud Detroit resident. My wife and I have been in the area since 2007. We have 2 boys. And the whole why of why our organization exists is because we are absolutely confident Detroiters have all the talent they need, but many don't have access to all the resources they deserve and all the opportunities they deserve. And so that is why Life Remodeled exists, and that is why we repurpose vacant school buildings into one-stop hubs of opportunity where entire families can thrive.
So you mentioned resources. Let's talk about some of those resources. What are some of the resources that you provide, and which ones seem to be most impactful?
Sure. So let me start with how these resources came to be. Okay. It began when the school district asked Life Remodeled to repurpose this particular building, the building where you swam here right now, probably 10 years ago, I want to say, when you were in high school.
So kind. You are so kind.
And when we agreed to do that, we went into the community, we spoke with residents, we spoke with students, and we asked them, what kinds of increased opportunities do you want to see more of in your community? And there were really 3 categories that rose to the top. We kept hearing over and over, we want more youth programs, more after-school opportunities for students. We want more job opportunities, and we want more community resources, which would include health and wellness, human services, and a wide variety of opportunities. And so all of those things are happening here, not because Life Remodeled created any of these programs, but because we said we want to find the best and brightest nonprofits who are already moving the needle in these areas. We want to bring them to this space, bring them together, and we help them collaborate to make even greater impact. So Brandi is the one that actually finds these great organizations, works with them on a daily basis. She can tell you even better than I can about all the great programs happening here.
So Brandi, let's talk about some of the programs. Which one is, I know you love them all, but there's got to be one that's like near and dearest to your heart.
There is one. However, I will repeat what you just said. I love them all.
Of course you do.
The one that I'm most fond of that touches me personally is Caleb's Kids. Caleb's Kids is ran by an executive director, Miss Keisha Jackson. When Keisha was younger, her brother committed suicide without warning. And so everybody was caught off guard. And I've experienced that too. I have a cousin who committed suicide, and I think the whole family was caught off guard. So what Keisha has dedicated her life to is teaching our youth, middle school and high school students, about mental health and suicide prevention. And so that comes with a lot of components, right? So they have the group therapy, they have individual therapy. She has something in the building called a wellness room where children can meditate, they do yoga, they create songs and work with the arts when it comes to mental health. And to me, it's just a beautiful sight because I feel like it's something, especially in our community, that we just used to didn't talk about, right? And so now that children are aware that mental health is a thing and they are aware that these feelings doesn't make you crazy or abnormal, they're able to deal with them better. And for that, I am grateful for her and that program.
Right. Let's talk about the community. So being a 10-year trailblazer a long time ago, thank you very much. I'll take that and run with it. It's going to be my new story. I'm sticking to it, okay? Chris told you I'm 10 years out. But anyway, thank you. I appreciate that. See, he's making me blush on camera. All right. So quick question. The community, the neighborhood, how receptive is the neighborhood involvement with your programs and organizations?
Today, amazing. That is not the way it started.
Okay.
So the way it began is we used to renovate existing high schools in the city. In 2014, we renovated Cody High School, then 2015 Osborne, then Denby, and we were going to renovate Central High School. And the initial plan was very well received by community members. Yes, we love Life Remodeled. We love the 6-day project where we mobilized thousands of volunteers to beautify the surrounding community. And we also repair owner-occupied homes. We didn't even talk about that yet. And so we had a wonderful introduction into the community. But once the school district asked us to repurpose this building, we then were able to acquire it for $1 a year for 50 years. That did not go over well, let's just say that.
I can imagine.
And it turned into the most complicated scenario that I've ever navigated in my life, and one in which there was a lot that Life Remodeled needed to learn from the community and listen. But what was started off as a very volatile and rocky relationship turned into the most dynamic community involvement and relationships that we've ever had.
Right. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to finish our discussion and our conversation. We're going to get more into the nuts and bolts and the daily activities and how you really run things around here. Okay, Brandi, is that okay? This is Tina Nelson for Ask the Messengers, and I'm here at Life Remodeled with Brandi Haggins and Christopher Lambert. We are back again at Life Remodeled with Brandi Haggins and Christopher Lambert. We have been talking about the day-to-day basic functions and the program as it relates to the community. Now let's get deep, Brandi. I can call you Brandi now, right? Okay. Let's get deep. What are some of the day-to-day functions? Okay, we got these wonderful programs. We got all this stuff going on. Chris said he has some adversities in the beginning and you overcame them and everything is working well. So let's go a day to day. How do you do and what makes this program tick through your assistance?
How do I do it is with a lot of patience, for one. It's a beautiful site here day to day. I know that some of your team have came for a tour before and they were able to see activity, which I love, because that lets people know that we are who we say we are and we do what we say we're going to do, right? And so one of the things, this is an old school building. It's 176,000 square feet of beauty to everyone, but sometimes not always me, right? So I have to expect the unexpected. But the pride that I have in the building and the pride that I have in the space and the tenants, it's so worth it. Like, it's not a stressful, thing to deal with. I just have to always be prepared to handle whatever comes my way, whether it be a tenant issue or participant issue or a staff issue, because we do run this building with a team. I cannot do this by myself. But it's a beautiful site, looking at the children in the arcade, or whether it's the kids up in the gym, looking at our senior program with the foster grandparent program, working with our youth, whether it's an event happening in the auditorium. So there's always something here, especially these summer months, and especially since people are more comfortable coming out since COVID. That was pretty hard on me. I'm so used to the building being busy, and yes, I wanted to make sure that everybody was safe, and we put things in place to make sure that that happened. But now to see that the world is opening back up a little bit and see these people have see a sense of community together, it's a beautiful site. Busy, but awesome.
Okay, Christopher, speaking of COVID, between the both of you, when COVID hit and we got the word, you didn't know if it was going to shut down. We didn't know if it was going to stay open. How did you begin to prepare as the news began to come down the pipeline, as it got closer to a decision? How did you guys pivot and make things still work and stay open? Or how did you work through COVID?
The first month or however many weeks it was, my sense of time is so off now.
We're all
since
locked in
COVID.
2020.
Right?
It's okay.
But let's just say when everything was shut down,
Yes.
I felt like there was a straitjacket on me and our organization, because there was so much need in the community and we weren't able to do anything about it at that time. And so we were just getting our bearings together, right? And one of the things we immediately did to pivot once we were able to get back out into this building and into the community is we began to do extensive resource distributions of food with Gleaners Food Bank. We had a donor that wanted to donate $30,000 in gift cards to Black-owned Detroit restaurants so that they could still support restaurants, but also bless people with a nice night out or to go get delivery or whatnot. And those resource distributions that we did during that critical time actually put this place on the map in an even greater way than it already was. And so when you think about how restrictive travel was during COVID, and still is today for some individuals, right? To have a place where everything is in one building became a great opportunity and treasure to the community, because many people, there's even people today who don't know exactly what's going on in this building. Some people have said, is that a private club, or is that still a school, or is that just an office space? And once people come here and they meet Brandi, they meet Keisha, our opportunity navigator, and they find out the wide variety of opportunities, there's something for everyone. And when you think about, one of my favorite organizations in the world is a Boys and Girls Club, right? And we have a group here that was actually the #1 Boys and Girls Club in the state. They rebranded, they're now called Metro Detroit Youth Clubs. But the traditional model is you go to a Boys and Girls Club, you pick your son or daughter up, but there's nothing else there for you in that building as the parent, not for your grandparents, maybe not even for the younger siblings. You come to the Durfee Innovation Society, we have that after school program. We've got job opportunities with Detroit at Work. We've got free diapers and formula with Methodist Children's Home Society and senior citizen programming and everything in between. And it brings entire families together.
Nice. So what are some of the things that you're doing now to welcome people back, to ease some of that anxieties when people come back? What are some of the things you're doing now to help get the word out, to let people know this is not a private club, this is not a social space? What are you doing to get the word out in the neighborhoods now?
I think the two most important groups in this building are the Life Remodeled Youth Alliance and the Life Remodeled Community Advisory Council. So those are two councils. One exists of high school students and Durfee students next door who advise Life Remodeled. Both of these groups advise Life Remodeled on what students and community members want to happen in this space. And both of them go out into their spheres of influence and invite neighbors, invite students, and tell them about all the great programming coming up. Like we have a block party coming up. When is that? In August?
August 19th.
I knew you'd have the date. Don't
Yep,
count on
August
me for the
19th,
date.
4 to 8.
That's why she's the boss. You
Exactly. We all know that.
Christopher.
And it's going to be an incredibly fun event with all kinds of access to resources, especially a lot of health and wellness resources and opportunities. But everybody needs to know about that. So through networks and relationships, we're able to get the word out.
All righty. So again, I'm Tina Nelson, and we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to get some final words from our guest, Brandi the boss, Christopher, who listens to her every time she speaks. He might talk behind his breath, but he listens to her for sure. Anyway, this is Tina Nelson for Ask the Messenger, and we will be back with final words from our guest.
Hello, my name is Kiara Jones. I'm a therapist here through Family Medical Center. Family Medical Center have 3 different locations. We're located in the Monroe, Linway, and the Wayne County. Here at the DIS, we provide therapy services. I'm currently doing individual appointments through telehealth, video, and audio. Through Family Medical Center, we also have psychological services. We have like dental, as well as you can get your physicals done. So I'm a therapist and I provide individual services to children as well as youth and the adults due to COVID. If you're interested in services, please feel free to stop by so I can tell you more about our program, and I look forward to connecting with you. Thank you.
This is Tina Nelson, and we are back. And again, we are here with Brandi Haggins and Christopher Lambert with Life Remodeled. As you have seen in the show, throughout the show, the beautiful grounds, the wonderful programs, the wonderful space that is here. Now let's get some final words. Christopher, we're going to start with you. Tell us what you want our audience to know and understand about your role, Life Remodeled as a whole.
Well, what I want everyone to know is Life Remodeled is for everybody in the city, right? Again, it goes back to Detroiters have all the talent they need, but many don't have access to all the opportunities they deserve. And the Durfee Innovation Society is here for you, here for your family members, here for anybody looking for an opportunity. And I also want everyone to know our plan is to do this again and again every 5 years in Detroit. We're actually planning right now to purchase the largest Detroit public school building in the city, Cooley High School, which has been vacant since 2010. The windows are ripped out, the copper is all ripped out, and that building's on the verge of being unrehabable. But we have a plan in place that responds to exactly what community members have asked for, and we're excited to get ready to put that into action.
Wow, that is amazing. I'm excited. Make sure we know. We want to be there for the ribbon cutting, okay? Brandi, take it away.
I'm with Chris. One of the things that breaks my heart is when people say they don't know about the Durfee Innovation Society, or I didn't know you were here. I want people that look like me, especially, to understand that you deserve these services. You deserve these opportunities. So I'm super passionate about what I do here at the Durfee Innovation Society, and I welcome you to come over and take a look for yourself. Give us a call, shoot me an email, Brandi, Brandi, at liferemodeled.org, and let's set up a tour and see what we have in the building for you or your loved ones, your friends. I just want everybody to know, because it's not a secret. It's here for you. It belongs to you.
And what are the hours of operation? Is it Monday through Friday? Is it weekends? What are the hours?
So it's Monday through Friday. We're open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then on Saturdays, we're open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. for operation hours. But as you know, we have event space here. So a lot of times we're not closing the building down until 10 p.m. on Saturdays.
Awesome. Okay, well, I thank you guys again for welcoming us into your home and your space, my former pool. It's been a pleasure to learn more and more about Life Remodeled, and I'm super excited, and I cannot wait to see what the future of Life Remodeled has to offer. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having us.
This is Tina Nelson for Ask the Messengers. Until next time, stay safe, be kind, and most importantly, love one another.
Sometimes in our life, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow.
We are not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow, for no one can feel those of your needs that you won't let show.
You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on.
We are not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road and I'll share your load if you just call me. When you're not strong, then I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just call me when you need a hand.
I'll be there.
Oh, I got your back. Hey, call me.
I can call on you, you can call on me. I know the number, you know the street. From downtown to midtown, East 6 to West 8. Remodeling lives together, it's never too late. You lean on me, I lean on you. We lean on we because that's what we do.
If you or someone you know is experiencing anything that seems to be too hard to handle, please know there is a way out and don't hesitate or be afraid to seek help. Until next time, may you seek a power greater than yourself so that you too can turn your mess into a message that will help save lives. Continue to stay safe and most importantly, be kind and love one another.
Would you like to help us save lives? You can do so by partnering with us here at Ask the Messengers by making a donation of any amount. The people in your communities need your support. Help us extend our reach and impact more lives. Supporting our organization is as easy as a click of a button. Just visit our site shown on the screen from your phone or computer where you will see a yellow donation button. Ask the Messengers is waiting on your partnership and your community is waiting on you.